Hello there. Do you like to laugh? Are you fond of the occasional musical number? Do you secretly enjoy fart jokes and sexual innuendos? How about extremely vulgar language? If you answered yes to at least one of these, then boy howdy do we have a treat for you. The weird and deranged minds that bring you Strange Fantasy Show have dipped their toes into the proverbial soup of comedy to bring you a new program under the Strange Fantasy Productions umbrella, The Dastardly Dangerous Adventures of Darby's the Cat. Follow the infamous pirate cat Darby's and his mousy best friend Little Gary on high-flying adventures as they... Hey, what are you doing? This is a closed recording set? No, hey, get off me! What are you doing? Ow!
Else you'll get some more of me knuckle sapper!
Kick him once more in his teeth, then tie him up over yonder.
Why are you doing this?
Oh, hush it. Let me tell the good people about the show. 'Tis only proper. Now I be Darby's, the infamous pirate cat. And this is me best mate, Little Gary.
Hello!
And we've got our own show now. So join us on the adventure of a lifetime and listen in and download anywhere you get your podcasts. Savvy?
If you do not mind, we really need to get to the show already.
Yeah, we're good, mate.
Fantastic. Ghost host, take it away.
Thank you. Cue the intro. Welcome to another regaling of strange fantasy. Obscure odysseys meant to shock the nervous system and stir the very core of your soul. Tonight's tale is of mystery, shrouded in the misdirection of loss. When we least expect it, the unexpected always strikes. In this installment entitled The Return Flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be our final boarding call for Flight 122, non-stop service for Puerto Rico to New York. All right, that looks like everyone. Go ahead and close her up.
Wait! I'm coming! I'm here. Leslie Kyle. Sorry, I was held up making a report to the police.
Do you have your ticket, sir?
I'm afraid I don't. My hotel room was broken into while I was at lunch. I lost my ticket, my luggage, everything.
I'm sorry, sir, but without a ticket...
Please, just give me a break, would you? I tried to get it reissued, but you'll either have to hold the plane or I'll miss my flight. This is the last flight back to New York tonight, and since I was robbed, I can't exactly pay for another night at my motel. Look, I have a copy of the police report right here. See? I'm not lying. I'm supposed to be on this flight.
All right, I suppose there's no harm. Gloria, can you show Mr...
Kyle.
Please show Mr. Kyle to his seat.
I really appreciate this. I was terrified I was going to be stuck sleeping at the airport. But I'll probably just sleep the whole way there. My hotel wasn't exactly in the best neighborhood, as you can probably guess. A little peace and quiet is just what the doctor ordered.
to pull away from the terminal. Our flight time today will be 10 hours and 46 minutes. I'm just going to ask everyone to take a seat as we prepare for takeoff.
Excuse me, you're in my seat?
Am I? I'm so sorry. The stewardess just said to sit anywhere.
Oh, well, I was in the powder room, but those are my things there under the seat.
My apologies.
No harm done. I'm traveling alone. You're welcome to join me if you like.
Well, far be it for me to turn down an offer from someone as lovely as yourself.
Oh, you're one of those types, are you?
And what type would that be?
Well, my mother would call you a masher. I'd call you a flirt.
Guilty on both counts, but I'm harmless, I assure you.
Oh?
Oh, yes. All my exes would say so, too. My name's Leslie. Leslie Kyle.
Diana Yates. A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Kyle.
Oh, please. Call me Leslie.
Oh, you work quickly, don't you?
Oh, it's nothing like that. I've been at a sales conference all weekend, and I've heard nothing but Mr. Kyle this and Mr. Kyle that for 3 days. It'd just be nice to feel a little human again. Besides, the ring on your finger hasn't escaped me. I wouldn't dream of sticking my nose where it doesn't belong.
Oh, right. That funny little thing.
Well, I may have spoken too soon. You'll forgive me, Mrs. Yates, but a statement like that just invites curiosity. Is there something... Okay. This is it then.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just not a big flyer. I do pretty well, except with the takeoffs and landings.
Here, why don't you hold my hand?
You sure whoever's on the other end of that ring won't mind?
Oh, he'd mind. I just don't care.
So I get back to my hotel room, and the door is kicked open. All of my suits are gone, my wallet, suitcase, everything.
No!
They even took my underwear. How's that for thorough? They probably used my own suitcases to get my stuff out of there.
How terrible. I can't believe they took your underwear. You don't think they're actually going to wear it, do you?
I'd like to picture the thief as someone a little heftier than me. I don't have a criminal's build, which means if he's wearing my shorts, they'd be just that much too tight on him. So all the police will have to do is look for a man who's walking like they've just been kicked in the jimmies.
Well, you certainly seem to be in good spirits about it, I have to say.
Some things in life you just can't do nothing about. Those things you gotta laugh at to keep from crying, you know? Sorry about that.
Well, I hope I'm not boring you.
Oh no, please. You make wonderful company. I'm just exhausted. I was going to try to grab a nap this afternoon, but...
Oh, I understand. Why don't you try to get 40 winks? I won't be offended.
Maybe in a bit. They should be serving dinner soon, shouldn't they?
I can wake you up when they come around.
Are you sure?
After what you've been through, don't be silly.
I'd hate to abandon our conversation so soon.
Sleep. My magazine will keep me company until we can pick this up over dinner.
You are a blessing. I don't deserve Mrs. Yates. Now let's see.
Hey, watch it. You almost took my head off.
Oh, careful.
I always forget how far back these seats go. Sorry about that.
You have a good rest, Leslie.
Thanks. 40 winks, and I'll be right as rain.
Mr. Kyle? Leslie? Mr. Leslie Kyle? Well, you certainly have no problem sleeping on a plane. You passed right out.
Goodness, I did, didn't I? How long have I been out?
Oh, not long. About an hour. Hey, the stewardess came by about 10 minutes after you fell asleep to take dinner orders. I didn't want to wake you up so soon, so I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty of ordering for you.
No. That was very kind of you. It certainly smells good.
I took a shot in the dark that you were a steak and potatoes kind of man.
Did you now?
I did. The stewardess agreed. She said she could always tell a steak eater by how robust their snores are.
Oh, no. I should have warned you about that. Was it bad?
Well, let's just say it took a lot of effort not to burst out laughing when the gentleman up there asked the stewardess if something was wrong with the engines.
Oh, I am just a mess, aren't I? Tell me the truth. Are you regretting letting me sit next to you?
Not at all. You're making an otherwise boring flight quite eventful.
Looks like the weather has got that covered. It looks like it's getting bad up there.
Mm-hmm. Pilot said there's a storm coming in. He's trying to get above it. We were lucky to get our meals before they suspended service.
Speaking of, this is delicious. Can I offer you a bite?
Very kind of you, but no, I'm quite happy with my salmon.
Fair enough. You okay?
I'm sorry. I'm fine with everything else. It just, that lightning has always put me on edge.
Don't worry. Won't let anything bad happen to you. It's quite a grip you have there.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be.
Reflex.
It's really okay.
No, I shouldn't have grabbed your arm like that.
It's okay, really. I don't do well with takeoffs or landings, and you don't do well with lightning. God help us if we get struck by lightning when we land. Neither of us would know what to grab. Can I ask, is there a reason why you're so uncomfortable taking my arm?
It's nothing. Really.
I like nothing. I find nothing fascinating. You know what I like to do after a long day? Nothing. No, really. I could have medaled in nothing in the 65 Olympics, except filling out the paperwork to compete just seemed counterintuitive to the whole spirit of the event.
Well, you're very kind. I don't want to burden you.
Please do. Burdening was going to be my bronze event. Besides, I want to finish this steak before it gets cold, so if you'd take the helm of the conversation, I'd owe you one.
It's my husband.
So you are married. All the good ones.
Well, I left him about 6 months ago. I just up and left.
Why not just get a divorce? I've heard it's more common than it used to be.
Oh, Jeffrey would never give me a divorce. If I even considered bringing it up to him, well, he wasn't the kindest man. Why don't we just leave it at that?
That why you were in Puerto Rico hiding out?
Yeah. There's an organization in New Jersey that's been working to set up a little place for me. A friend of a friend of a friend knew somebody. They just needed a few months to get everything set up for me, so I took what money I could, and I've been hiding out in Puerto Rico. It's the last place he'd think of looking for me.
Wow, so you're like legit on the run, huh?
Please don't look at me like that. One of the benefits of leaving my husband was that I wouldn't be getting any more of the oh poor her looks from people.
That's not the look I'm giving you.
No?
No, far from it. I'm just astounded by the courage it must take to uproot your life from everything that you know and choose to start fresh.
Really?
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't do it. As much as I hate my job at times, every time I think of leaving, there's just that little part of me that just says, don't be stupid, Leslie. You're 32. You quit now. What are you going to do with your life? And that's coming from a guy. I can't imagine what it must be like for a woman.
So you're not pitying me?
Nah. You're too brave to need any pity. I'll tell you what I will do. Here's my card. If you ever need anything, I mean anything, give me a call.
Very kind. Can I have another one of those?
Sure. Here you go. What you writing on there?
I don't have a phone number or anything yet, but this is the name of the group that's helping me start over. If you ever feel like trying to find me, it might take a bit of effort.
Say no more. I like a challenge. You all right?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Because if you want to dig your nails into my arm again, you can. I just want to, switch arms so the marks will match.
I'm gonna slap you.
Oh, hold that thought, would you? I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. You sure you'll be all right till I get back?
Go.
All right. Don't go anywhere. If the stewardess comes back, don't let her take my steak. I want to finish when I get back.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. That's one charming lady. Whoa. Better make this quick. So much for the friendly skies.
I'm sorry. The door wasn't locked. Are you almost done?
Yeah, sorry. I'll just be a quick minute.
Thank you. Are you okay?
Nothing a stiff drink won't cure. I'll be as quick as I can.
All right.
Excuse me. Let me get that for you. Hi, excuse me. I think you're in my seat.
Sorry, I don't think I am.
Are you sure? Because I thought that was... Are you sure?
I'm sure, buddy. I haven't moved the whole flight.
Huh. I see. I'm sorry. I must have miscounted. There wasn't a lady sitting next to you earlier, was there? Brunette, curly hair?
No, sorry.
Huh. Sorry for bugging you. Diana? Oh, sorry. Diana! Excuse me, have you seen a woman with curly brunette hair, gray jacket? No? Sorry to bother you. Diana? Pardon me. Diana? Oh, excuse me. Have you seen... No. Diana? Diana!
Can I help you, sir?
No, sorry. I just lost my... I just seem to have lost my seat.
Well, hopefully I can help you, sir. Do you have your ticket?
Ticket? No, I don't.
Okay. Well, do you see your bags?
I didn't have any bags.
Oh, well, you're welcome to take any open seat. But I'm gonna have to ask you to stop wandering the aisles.
Right. No prob. I'll just grab a seat here if that's all right.
That would be fine, sir. Thank you.
Can I get my steak back? I wasn't finished.
I'm sorry, sir. We have no steak.
No steak? Well, can I get a whiskey on the rocks when you get a chance?
Of course. Anything else?
No, that'll be all. Thank you.
Right away.
Couldn't find your friend?
No, I couldn't.
I wouldn't be too worried. She's probably in the lavatory. Weather like this, a lot of people can't handle it. Especially dames, you know? Weak stomachs and all. Come to mention it, you don't look too good yourself.
When the plane jerked, I hit my head pretty hard in the bathroom.
You don't say. Well, here. Let me get you a drink.
I already got one coming, but thanks.
Hey, anytime. A little later.
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm?
I have your drink right here.
Oh, right. Sorry. Thank you.
Sorry for the delay.
No problem. Say, would you mind checking the powder room? I don't think Mrs. Yates is feeling very well, and she's been in there for a while.
Certainly, sir. I'll make sure she's okay.
Your lady friend ain't back yet?
No. I'm starting to get worried.
I'm sure she's fine. You two been together long?
No, it's not like that. She's,
I got you. Say no more. You two, coming or going?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Is Mrs. Yates okay?
I'm afraid the powder room is empty.
Empty?
Yes, sir. Would you like for me to do a PA announcement?
No, that's all right. Thank you. Where could she have gone?
Your old lady avoiding you, huh? What did you do? Get into a fight? Take my advice and let her cool off, and she'll find you when we land.
No, we didn't fight. You sure you haven't seen her? If that's your seat, then she must have been sitting right next to where I am now. The next 3 rows are full, and I'm sure I wasn't that far forward.
No, buddy. Sorry. That row you're in now has been empty the whole flight. Why don't you get some sleep? Try not to think about it too much.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Nothing. Sorry. Excuse me. No. No, excuse me. Would you move your foot for 1 second? Sorry. No.
Sir, I need you to return to your seat.
I need to speak to you. Your name's Paula?
Yes, sir.
Look, Paula, I think something bad may have happened to my friend.
The one that wasn't in the powder room.
That's right.
Don't you think you're being a little rash, sir?
I thought I might have been at first, yeah, but I just checked and her bags are missing.
Her what?
She had her bags under the seat in front of her. Now they're gone. Look, I think somebody might have took her.
Really, sir?
Look, it's not as crazy as it sounds. She was running from her husband. See this? A Safe Tomorrow. That's the name of the group in New York that's helping her get away from him. She wrote in on my card. I got up to use the restroom, and when I came back, she was gone. Bags and everything.
That's terrible. That poor woman.
Now you understand why I'm so worried.
I'd like to help, sir, but I just don't know what I can do.
Is there anywhere on this flight someone could be hidden? Baggage compartment, the kitchen?
I mean, I suppose so. It's not very likely.
Where is the most likely place?
Well, main baggage is below the plane. It's not pressurized, so not really a chance anyone would be down there. But we do have some storage at the rear of the plane. It's where crew luggage is stored, our complimentary items. That kind of thing. Are you sure you don't want me to do a PA announcement?
No, not yet. If someone's going to all this trouble to hide her, I don't want them knowing she's been missed. Could you do me a favor and check the cockpit? I'd feel pretty silly if she'd just charmed her way to seeing the captain while I'm back here panicking.
Of course. What are you going to do?
I'll search the rear storage. Where are you, Diana? You can't have gotten far. It's not like you went out for some fresh air, now is it?
Excuse me, sir, but you're not allowed to be back here.
Of course. I'm sorry, I was just looking for someone.
In the pantry?
Something, I meant. I'm looking for something. I was cold and I was trying to figure out where the blankets were.
All you have to do is ask, sir. Here you are, sir. Now I'm going to have to ask you to return to your seat.
No sign of her in... Oh, Alice. I didn't know you were back here.
I just found this gentleman going through the cupboards. You didn't know he was back here, did you?
I'd asked her for the blanket earlier, but she said the captain had asked for it and she'd get it for me as soon as she could. I should have been more patient and waited. I'm sorry.
Everything all right with the captain?
Oh, yes. He just wanted to know how everyone was holding up. With the bad weather, I mean.
I see. Please see this gentleman back to his seat, would you please?
Of course.
No luck, I take it?
No. You?
Nope. She was a small lady, but even I don't think she could have fit in most of the spaces you had back there.
What if...
Yeah?
No, it's stupid.
This whole thing is stupid. Doesn't mean it's not happening.
What if she's in one of the suitcases?
What? You mean like the bags in the overhead?
If what you're saying about her being a small lady is true, then yeah. I once snuck onto a boat in my boyfriend's luggage. It wasn't comfortable, but it saved us $3.
She was about your size. I suppose it could be done. I suppose someone could have followed her into the powder room, knocked her out, and stuffed her into a bag and just put her away for the rest of the trip.
Not very likely, though, is it?
Not very. But we've run out of places to look. I'll start looking in bags on the left side of the plane. Start looking in bags on the right.
We can't just go through people's baggage. I could lose my job.
We don't have to go through it. We're not looking for hidden compartments or anything. Just open it, see if someone is smuggling a human being, and close it right back up again. We probably don't even have to take the bags down to open them.
I get the feeling I'm gonna regret this. Let's at least wait a few minutes until Alice is having her meal. I don't really like the idea of having to explain to her that the reason I'm going through everyone's stuff is because I'm looking for an unconscious woman. Sorry, I won't keep. Just checking to make sure bags didn't shift in the flight.
Excuse me, that's my bag?
Sorry, looks just like mine. No harm, no foul.
Excuse me, I just need to reach over your head for a moment.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry?
That's my bag you have there.
Is it? Sorry, it looks just like mine.
No, it don't.
Excuse me?
You just told that lady her bag looked like yours. My bag don't look nothing like that lady, so how can your bag look like both of ours?
I just need to check something real quick.
No. What you need to do is put my bag back before I lose my cool.
Right. Pretty heavy bag. Mind if I ask what you got in there?
I'm carrying about 50 pounds of mind your business. Now, how's about you stop messing around with everyone's bags before you get hurt? I was being nice to you earlier. Don't make me regret it.
Do you want to tell me what that was about?
That? Oh, a simple misunderstanding.
Really? So I suppose this has got nothing to do with Paula going around, going through everyone's personal luggage?
Paula,
can I see you in the back for a moment? This way if you would like, please, sir.
Alice, I was just...
Quiet. You talk now.
You're missing a passenger.
I'm what?
This is the gentleman I told you about who misplaced his friend.
Sir, I understand you're worried about the lady, but I assure you we will check everywhere. After all, there aren't many places she could go, are there?
We've already looked everywhere. I think somebody might have put her in one of the bags in the overhead.
Really? The overhead?
It's not as crazy as it sounds. There was one time
That's not important now. What's your name?
Alice.
Look, Alice. Before dinner, I was having a lovely conversation with a woman who I just met on this flight, named Diana Yates. She was nervous about leaving her husband and was going to New York to get away from him. Now, I don't know how, but I have a terrible feeling that he's arranged for something to happen to her on this flight. I went to use the facilities, bumped my head, got knocked out. And when I came to, she was gone. And I can't prove anything, but I'm pretty sure that man there wasn't sitting in that seat before she disappeared.
What man?
11B.
That's right. When I first came out of the facilities, I thought I must have just gotten the wrong seat. But the more I think about it, the more I'm sure that's the row we were in.
All right, now, what does this woman look like?
I never saw her.
She never spoke to you or had dinner service?
I don't think so.
She did. I was asleep and she ordered for me.
But you didn't take the order?
No. Everyone was awake when I did dinner service. At least, I'm pretty sure.
Could it have been one of the other stewardesses? What about the redhead that first showed me to my seat?
Other stewardesses?
This is a small flight, sir. There's only two of us, Paul and myself. There aren't any other stewardesses on board.
I guess she was just a gate attendant. I could have sworn I saw her after we took off, though.
Well, I can't speak for the missing passenger, but I assure you all the crew are accounted for.
Regardless, you still have a missing passenger. So...
Yes?
So what are you gonna do about it?
I'll tell you what. I'll make an announcement. If anyone has seen any information on, what was her name again?
Diana Yates.
On Diana Yates, I'll ask them to come forward.
And if they don't?
One thing at a time, sir. Now please, back to your seat.
Fine. But don't you think if it was that easy, we would have found her by now? Might as well ask her to just raise her hand.
You don't seem very concerned.
Do you really think a passenger got kidnapped at 3,000 feet? No, it's far more likely he was bothering her as she changed seats to avoid him. She's probably huddled down under a blanket, keeping her head down. You need to be more careful, Paula. That man got you to go through people's personal baggage. You could have gotten fired if you weren't careful.
You're right. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Are you really going to do the announcement?
Better safe than sorry. We don't want the gentleman causing a fuss, do we?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are sorry to disturb you, and we hope that the service for your flight so far has been nothing less than exceptional. At this time, we would like anyone with knowledge of a passenger by the name of Diana Yates to come forward. Again, if Diana Yates or any passenger knows Diana Yates is on board, please make your way to the front of the cabin.
Think he's overreacting?
There's gotta be an explanation. Give me the passenger list. Diana Yates, am I saying that right?
Well, now do you believe me?
I do.
There's definitely something wrong here. You did say Diana Yates, right?
That's right.
Well, then I hate to tell you this, but your mystery woman isn't missing.
No?
No, because she was never on board.
That's of course she was.
See for yourself.
What?
Nothing. Nothing even close to Diana Yates.
Maybe she gave you a fake name. Or had a fake name on her ticket. You did say she was hiding out.
Maybe.
Or maybe there is no Diana Yates on board.
She was here. She wrote this on my card. I didn't just imagine her.
Didn't you say you bumped your head earlier? Maybe it was worse than you thought. May I take a look?
Now stop it. I didn't bump my head until after I'd gotten up and walked away from her. Hitting my head didn't just blink her out of existence, did it?
Sir, please. You're making a scene.
Well, maybe someone should. You've got a missing passenger and you just seem determined to prove that you don't.
Wait a second. There is something wrong here.
Finally!
12, 13, 14, 15.
What are you doing?
Counting. 22. I think I may be on to something here, sir. Mr. What was your name again?
Kyle. Leslie Kyle.
Mr. Kyle, would you head back to the kitchenette? Paula will join you in a moment.
Yeah, okay. Don't take too long.
You figured out why we're missing a passenger?
We're not missing a passenger. We have an extra passenger. Your friend, Mr. Kyle, he isn't on the list.
So what does that mean?
I'm not sure. You see if he has an explanation.
And what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go have a word with the man on 11B.
Well, what did she say? What are we gonna do?
Sir, I hate to ask, but Alice did mention that she was checking the manifest and that she didn't see your name on the list.
What? Oh, right. I got robbed this morning. Lost my ticket with everything else I own.
But wouldn't you be on the list still, sir?
I don't know how your company keeps its records. I didn't have time to get it reissued. Hey, what is she doing? Why is she talking to that guy?
She said she was going to try and see what she could find out about that gentleman that you say is in your friend's seat.
I just hope she's careful.
I'm sure she's all right. Your friend.
Thanks. Have you ever had anything like this happen before?
Like a passenger disappearing? No, never. Occasionally, someone will accidentally buy 2 tickets or got on the plane and got off again before takeoff. Things like that. I had a friend of mine that used to fly this route who said she had a passenger disappear once. What, about 6 years ago? They couldn't figure it out, but just figured it was probably something.
Wait. Why is she pointing at me? What is she... Did you see that?
No, what?
When he leaned over to get his bag. He's wearing a gun. I knew there was something fishy about him.
I'm sure Alice...
No, there's no time. We need to move while he's distracted talking to her. Follow my lead.
But I...
Come on! Hi, remember me? Wanted to check and see if we'd figured anything out.
Hardly. This lady here tells me you think I might have hurt your friend.
Well, I mean, you are in her seat. You can see why I'd be a little nervous.
Like I told you earlier, and like I was just telling her, this is my seat, and I haven't moved the whole flight. I haven't even gotten up to use the bathroom.
Right. It's just that I remembered dropping my business card between the seats. So if I could just check to see if it's there,
What do you think you're doing? Hey! Are you crazy?
He really has a
gun!
Grab the gun!
You're in a world of trouble now, pal.
I got it! I got it!
Here, give it to me. Now stand up.
You've got some explaining to do, pal. Now, what are you doing?
Here you go, sir.
Are you crazy? Don't give him back his gun.
Thanks.
It's all right, everyone. This man is a police officer.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah, and you're under arrest for that little stunt you just pulled.
Can I get either of you anything?
I'll have a scotch. How about you, Looney Tunes? You want anything?
How about the keys to these cuffs?
Nah, he's good, thanks. It's your own fault, you know. Going for a cop's gun on a plane? Who does that?
I told you, I didn't know you were a cop.
That doesn't help your case as much as you seem to think it should.
Look, like I told you earlier, I met a lady on this flight, and she has completely vanished. I saw the gun, I saw you were in her seat, figured you must have done something to her.
And like I told you, and I'll keep telling you, this is my seat, and I ain't never seen no lady like the one you're talking about. You got no ID, no ticket. That lady seems to think you're a stowaway. I think you're a nut, So until we land, you ain't going nowhere.
Here you go, sir.
Thanks.
Hey, Paula, can I ask you something? You said you served the meals earlier, right?
Don't look at me. You can answer him if you want to. I just assume ignore him, but that's just me.
We both did, sir. Alice and myself.
Right. Who served the meals to this section? Say, these 7 rows or so.
I did.
Okay, so help me help this guy understand. I was sitting somewhere around here. I was asleep when you took the order. The lady next to me ordered herself fish and ordered me a steak. Can we at least agree on that? Come on, you have to remember at least seeing her and I together, right? Wait, where are you going?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't believe I ever served you or your friend.
What? Of course you did. Wait, come back.
You're barking up the wrong tree with that one, let me tell you.
Look, I'm sorry about the gun thing, all right? I'm not a danger to you or anyone else. Will you please just take these things off?
That young lady looked like she felt safe around you? Looked pretty spooked to me.
One of two things is happening here. Either I'm right and a woman has vanished from this flight, or I'm crazy, or
what?
I don't know. I did hit my head pretty hard in the restroom, but I couldn't be that confused, could I? You think I might have a concussion?
Look, guy, you seem genuinely concerned, and I don't want to bust your balls for nothing. But you grabbed my gun. There's not a lot I can do for you.
Would you take me to the restroom? At least let me retrace my steps.
Sure, I could use the facilities myself.
Wait, no, this is the wrong one. It's the one with the broken mirror.
As you like.
But
no broken mirror. We happy now?
The back of my head went right into that thing.
Well, they ain't busted now.
Look, I have the bump to prove it.
That is a pretty nasty bump. Tell you what, we'll get you checked out just as soon as we land. Maybe you do have a concussion.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go use the bathroom. You are going to wait out here.
Excuse me. May I get by?
Oh, right. Yeah, go ahead. Do you think I'm crazy?
It's not for me to say, sir. You'd both better get back to your seats. It looks like we're about to get some rough weather. Sir, I need you to take your seat. We're heading back into the storm.
I'll be right out.
I was sitting right over there. We were laughing. She didn't like storms, so she grabbed my arm. I couldn't have imagined her. I just couldn't. Look, you can still see where she left the marks on my arm where she grabbed me. That and this card are the only proof I have she ever even existed. I just don't know.
I'm sorry, sir.
Whoa, better get back to our seats, hadn't we, buddy?
Hold on. I dropped my card.
This the one?
Yeah, that's it.
A safe tomorrow. You know someone in that program?
Yeah, well, maybe, yeah.
What's a safe tomorrow?
It's a battered women's group. It was started back in the 60s. It helps women who are trying to get away from their husbands.
Wait, what do you mean back in the 60s?
Yeah, back in 65, 66, something like that.
Back in... It's 1966 now. Why would you say back in 66? What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Come on, buddy. We better get buckled in.
What? What's going on?
Come on, Alice. The captain says he wants us to buckle in, too.
Right, good idea. The weather is getting pretty bad. As soon as we can, I want to speak to the captain. See if he can radio ahead and have an ambulance standing by when we land.
What, for Mr. Kyle?
Yes.
I should have known there was something off about him. For some reason, he thinks we had steak on this flight.
It's worse than that.
What do you mean?
Hey, you're awake. I was gonna give you another 10 minutes and then try again tomorrow.
What happened?
That's why I'm here. I was hoping you'd be able to fill in the gaps for me.
I have no idea. I just remember waking up in this hospital bed.
Huh? Oh, right. Sorry. I forgot. You probably don't even know how you got here, do you? Plane was in a storm, got hit by lightning or something. Everyone was getting thrown about, something fierce. You got clocked pretty bad and lost consciousness.
The plane got hit? Was it able to land okay?
Yeah. Co-pilot was able to regain control of the plane. Most injuries were pretty minimal. You couldn't protect yourself, you know, because of the cuffs. We got you on an ambulance as soon as we landed. Doc said you had some swelling in your brain. You had a matched set, apparently. One whack in front and one in the back.
But is everyone okay?
Yeah. Everyone is good. Everyone is good.
So...
Huh?
You said you wanted me to fill in some gaps. I don't know how I can help if I was unconscious.
Right. Here's the thing, Mr. Kyle. Who's the president?
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Huh, yeah. I was afraid you'd say that. Mr. Kyle, you boarded a flight from Puerto Rico on September 4th, 1966, on a non-stop flight to New York City. You boarded with no bags and no wallet. I did some researching while you were out, you understand? No ticket of any form of ID, any of that. Is that right?
That's right. What?
This next part may be a bit of a shocker to you, so just try to stay calm, all right? Mr. Kyle subsequently sat next to a Mrs. Yates for a small duration of the flight. At some point shortly after the meal service, he got up to use the powder room and never returned.
What?
Mrs. Yates asked the crew to do a thorough search of the plane, but no sign of Mr. Kyle could be found. There was no evidence of foul play, and apart from a business card with Mr. Kyle's information, a few eyewitness reports from Mrs. Yates, the crew, and a couple of passengers, there was no evidence he'd ever been on the plane. Mr. Leslie Kyle officially declared a missing person on September 7th, 1966. This is all from the police report Mrs. Yates filed when she landed. This brings us to today, August 19th, 1972. Mr. Leslie Kyle subsequently returned mid-flight en route to New York City from Puerto Rico, looking for Mrs. Yates. He was agitated and confused, appearing to not know the date. No crew or passengers have any recollection of him boarding the plane, and no explanation could be found for his sudden reappearance.
Did you say 1972?
Yeah, I did, yeah. You've been missing for 6 years, bud. Can you give me any explanation as to where you've been all this time?
No. I left Puerto Rico today. I boarded that flight, the 1966 flight, today.
Yeah, that's what I figured you'd say. We'll pick this up again later. Right now, we truthfully have no idea what to do with you. Oh, I tried to track down Mrs. Yates for you. I checked with that agency you had on your card, but I think after she filed the police report, she probably got spooked that her name would be on record in New York and tried somewhere else. They said she never checked in with them.
Thanks for trying.
No problem. We'll keep looking. You okay?
Gotta laugh to keep from crying. How would you feel if you were told you'd lost 6 years of your life? Can I just say, you seem a lot more accepting of the fact I disappeared for 6 years than I do.
Honestly, I probably would have just thought you were nuts or some sort of amnesiac or something, except...
Except what?
The flight we were heading to New York on today? Yeah, the pilot disappeared right out of the cockpit in the middle of the storm. You wouldn't happen to have any idea where he might have gone, I suppose. Yeah, I thought not. You try and get some rest. I'll check back in on you tomorrow.
One last question.
Shoot.
Did they ever find the guy that stole my luggage?
It's a brave new world out there, Mr. Kyle. A brave new world.
When you put back together the broken pieces of your life, the picture may be clear, but ultimately changed. And with art, the picture is always left to interpretation. Thus concludes tonight's strange fantasy. Tune in next time for another look into the strange and obscure.
Strange Fantasy Show presented The Return Flight, written by Michael Song, produced by Ashley Scarbro and Travis Scarbro, original score by Travis Scarbro and Dyssent. The players of tonight's tale are as follows: Ben Lopez as Leslie Kyle, Akasha Villalobos as Diana Yates, Carmina Manley as Paula and Donna, Ashley Scarbro as Alice, Ty Anderson as Ted, Allie Lopez as the gate attendant, Travis Scarbro as the pilot, and Michael Song as Passenger 1. Strange Fantasy Show is created by Travis Scarbro, and Strange Fantasy Show is copyright 2021 Strange Fantasy Productions, all rights reserved. Any and all characters appearing in this work are fictitious, and any resemblance to real persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
This episode is dedicated to the memory of Gertie. Rest in peace. Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Strange Fantasy. I'm Travis.
Ashley here.
We're the creators, writers, and producers of the show. And we just wanted to take a quick second to let you know that if you like Strange Fantasy, be sure and show your love by subscribing, downloading, and rating the show on iTunes, Spotify, or any of the many platforms we exist on.
And for exclusive rewards and merchandise, or just to donate to our cause to help us to continue to thrive, be sure to visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/strangefantasy. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Strange Fantasy Show for updates and haunting original art. All this and more can be found at our website, strangefantasyshow.com. From Strange Fantasy Productions, we do have a brand new project out called The Dastardly Dangerous Adventures of Darby's the Cat. It is available anywhere where you get your podcast.
Thanks for listening, and see you next time.